I'm taking up the question of last year. What are the environmental implications of economic geology? What are the environmental implications of economic geology? So what does economic geology mean? Economic geology is use of geomorphology in mining, use of geomorphology in constructions, right? And you can be specific. Constructions, say dams, constructions maybe of urban structures. Okay. Economic geology also includes how is geology important in planning. Okay. How is geology important for, I'm saying geology, I basically mean geomorphology here. Important for mining. So mining may iron ore mining, coal mining. Now you have got lithium mining. Mining related to maybe bauxite, ठीक है? Constructions and this. All done here? अब question समझ में आ गया आपको all of you? Now my question to you is, what is storyline? ये पहले उठाएंगे हम. The storyline is that geomorphology is not a descriptive and analytical science. In recent times, it has applied benefits. Okay, geomorphology is not simply about what are the mountains, what are the continents, how are they formed. It is not simply about why do we have volcanism. It is not simply a descriptive science. It is not simply analytical science. It has a lot of applied aspects. What are the examples of applied aspects and what have been the benefits? Because of geomorphology, we're able to identify new mineral resources. Because of geomorphology, we're able to undertake construction in difficult terrain, understanding the slope types. Okay? So geomorphology is not simply descriptive and analytical. It has applied, and what examples have applied. However, despite the benefits, applied geology has environmental consequences. Okay? Consequence 1, consequence 2, maybe consequence 3, if words permits, consequence 4. Conclusion, therefore, what can be the solutions to deal with the environmental consequences? That's your answer. So, it is not simply descriptive. It has applied benefits. Like the applied benefits examples ye sare hain. Then you give solid for examples and conclude. Now that these are the consequences, what can we do? Okay? You have got the relevance, you have got the structure. Now you tell me, in current affairs, what are the examples of recent mining, examples of recent geological issues that we have heard? Kuch yaad aa raha hai aapko? Let's see. Lithium mining. India, we have discovered lithium resources in Rajasthan and Jammu Kashmir. Okay, lithium mining. Aur batao, what are the other examples of geomorphology and some problems? Tunnel collapse. There has been tunnel collapse. Okay, Singlu Tunnel, Ladakh, Jammu Kashmir. We know about Joshimath. ये क्यों भूल रहे हैं आप? Joshimath problems, you understand? Subsidence and earthquakes and whatever. Okay, glacial lake outburst also. ठीक है, you understand rat hole mining. और बताओ क्या क्या जानते हो current affairs से? Mining से around, mining construction around बताओ. Flash floods because of construction, aquifers are lost, the sinkholes are gone. Yes, water problems of Bangalore, right? Groundwater near Shimla mein water problems, correct? There are certain water problems also. You heard about mine fires. Mine mein fires ho rahe hain, Jharkhand mein, and evacuation. Okay. So now see, your answer should not be a mechanical answer जो कि आप किताब में ढूंढें. Sit back and think about it. Yes, Lonak, लिखा ना GLOF, the dam construction, okay, plus the problems of sea level, global warming and whatever. What are environmental consequences? Correct. Now you decide which of these you want to use. You can't use everything. So I'll keep a diversity. One with mining and maybe loss of forests. One with mining and maybe water contamination. One with construction and slope destabilization. One about construction and flash floods. बस 4 काफी है मेरे लिए. You cannot do everything. Yes, fine. Sand mining Kerala or sand mining in Aravallis. उसका क्या consequence है? So tell me those 4 or 5 that you want to write on, and they will become a part of your answer. And the conclusion, I said, give me what can we do. So I haven't taught this to you right now in your optional, but GS guys will know. We have something called as MMDR, Mines and Minerals Regulation and Development Act, DR, Development Regulation Act 1957 का कुछ किया हम लोगों. Something called as Minerals, or say District Mineral Foundation. We have District Mineral Foundation, where mining, etc., in some basis you can help the local districts. So give me examples of what India has done as a part of policies. A criticisms bhi hai that we are diluting our EIA, right? Mining or concern jo bhi ho, we must follow a proper EIA approach, which unfortunately is getting diluted. ये आपका Indian example आ गया. Now you have the content for you to write down. So what happens in our answer writing is, watch here. You look at the question. Question आपको जो पूछा है, environmental consequences of economic geology. So when you are looking for the answer, you look for the entire statement as कि मुझे कुछ मिल जाए नेट पे. My suggestion is do this work. और नेट में ना आप ये ढूंढो. What are the environmental problems of lithium mining? What are the environmental problems of sand mining? What are the environmental consequences of construction in the Himalayas? So when you are, what are the environmental problems of rat hole mining in Meghalaya? So when you have broken the topic and then you start searching, you realize your answer, wait, abhi isme hai. So how has MMDR Act help in managing environmental consequences? Wo dhondo aap. Look for how is District Mineral Funds, a foundation, helping in deal with adverse environmental consequences of mining. Do we have a method where constructions in Himalayas go through the EIA process or not? Is it okay all of you here? So you have to go this route. Yes, ये बहुत बड़ा news में है. Lithium mining is very polluting. The type of chemicals used, the water contaminations. So they say that lithium or lithium ion batteries, they may be low or zero in emissions, but they're heavily polluting in mining, and they are one of the largest in terms of water use intensity. इतना पानी use होता है for lithium mining is enormous. It's a huge wastage. I forget the number with me right now. तो एक पैराग्राफ बन जाएगा. What are the environmental problems? आपका heading ये बनेगा. Environmental problems of lithium mining. लिखो उस पे बैठ के. What are the environmental problems of coal quarrying in Nagpur Plateau and rat hole mining in Meghalaya? That becomes your heading. So rather than heading mining and pollution, construction and environment, आप ये नहीं करके let your heading be lithium mining and prospecting and its impact on water resources and environment. इसमें लिखो एक paragraph. Second, coal mining in shallow open quarries and in rat hole mining impacts on environment. Environmental consequences of construction roads development in a fragile Himalayan ecology. ये बनेगा आपका heading. Environmental consequences of construction and roads development in fragile Himalayan ecology. The Char Dham project, what has been the consequence? Or what's the consequence of Tapovan project in Upper Uttarakhand and Rishi Ganga Valley? Tapovan project. एक और heading बना आपका. Sand mining in Aravallis and consequences in local geohydrological conditions. Sand mining in Aravallis and its consequences in local geological consequences. So, एक lithium mining, coal mining, construction, sand mining. Good answer. 1.5 page ka. Is it fine all of you here? So one input from this side is, so you have your, so you go back to this story. In this story, watch in this story, this part, that geology is not simply descriptive. It has applied aspects, and following are the applied aspects. This is your introduction. What are the applied aspects and what are the consequences? ये बन गया आपका body. This is your body. And what can we do about it? This is the conclusion. ठीक है? So now listen. In the body, one important suggestion for all of you. कोई भी body वाला discussion होगा ना, always have 3, 4 or 5 subheadings always. ये आपके subheadings थे जो बताया मैंने भी आपको. These are the subheadings. Lithium mining and what are the environmental consequences? Impact on water resources. ये heading है आपका, subheading. Coal mining in shallow open quarries or rat hole mining in Meghalaya. ये आपका heading है. And then write something on that. So in your body, try to have 3, 4, 5 subheadings, because in what happens, examiners will not read your answer till you make them read it. They have got no interest in searching कि कहाँ लिखा है आपने. ना वो time है, ना वो motivations है, ना वो intent है. But if the heading में दिखाई देता है ना, lithium लिखा है specifically, या written rat hole mining kind of affairs लिखा है, he has mentioned Tapovan Valley project, Rishi Ganga, Uttarakhand. Believe me, your answer will become the basis of correction of all other answers. He says, okay, this is the standard one. I'll keep it here. I'm giving 7 out of 10. बाकी का accordingly मैं mark करूंगा. So give him that type of organized content जो कि दिखाई दे रहा है फटाफट. Not searching anymore. Some of you are writing answers. I'm seeing it. ज्यादा input देता नहीं हूँ. ठीक है लिख रहे हो. Now you understand how it's different answer now. Otherwise, what happens if you just write down mining causes water pollution. Example, Pali district in Rajasthan. Mining causes deforestation. Example, Chamoli or Almora in Uttarakhand. This is not an impressive answer. Impressive answers require thematic discussions. So these are the thematic discussions you should have. And trust me, when I teach this to you after 1 year, तब current affairs change हो चुका होगा. तब मेरी headings कुछ और बनने वाले हैं. It all depends on what's going on in current affairs and accordingly develop your answer. All good, all of you here? My expectation is write the answers, find 1 or 2 persons in the class you want to work with. Online, I can't help you on that. Okay, there's a price you pay for some other comforts. But offline, guys, you can collaborate. Okay, ये मैंने लिखा है, तुमने क्या लिखा? सर ने ऐसे बताया था. Let's modify it and give me your best answer. अगर अच्छा होगा, I'll preserve it. Okay, maybe share with others. नहीं होगा, दोबारा लिखवा देंगे. आप दोबारा लिख के लेके आओ. So no writing randomly नहीं करना है आप लोगों को. Can this answer be done now? Yes. So this is one of your writing. आप लिखो आराम से. Next question. Evidences from paleomagnetism and sea floor spreading have validated that continents and ocean basins have never been stationary. Elucidate with suitable diagrams. So relevance. I don't want you to write the entire sea floor spreading hypothesis. Don't even write entirely about what is paleomagnetism. कोई जरूरत नहीं. Just tell me, how does paleomagnetism and sea floor spreading tell us that the crust, the ocean basins have not been stationary? So you got the question. This question is not about sea floor spreading. उस पे लिख के मत आ जाना पूरा. Okay, tell us how paleomagnetism and sea floor spreading tell us the oceans and continents have never been stationary. We start here. The first, the storyline. Storyline, let me give you my ideas first. The first box is, there have been debates about permanency versus the dynamism of oceans and continents ka crust. Older theories like Harold Jeffrey talked about permanency, but most of the recent theories, they have talked about dynamic and ever-changing ocean and continents. There are certain conventional evidences of ocean and continents dynamism. What are the conventional ones? Basically, drift theory, jigsaw puzzle, structure match, fossil evidences, evidences related to paleoclimatic ones. But the more convincing ones are the evidences related to paleomagnetism and sea floor spreading. ये सारा in 2 paragraphs and this is the introduction. एक sentence से सही. ये debate रहा है, but now most agree that they are moving. We have some old theories that tell us they have moved, but the best evidences are evidences of paleomagnetism and those related to sea floor spreading. How does paleomagnetism prove ocean and continents dynamism? ये आपका main heading 1. इसके अंदर में bands of opposite polarity rocks. Number B, the paleomagnetic anomalies याद आ रहा है? The dip angle does not match with the latitudes. All done? Bands of opposite polarity rocks and the magnetic anomalies. ये तो हो गया. Yes, the continents and oceans are moving. Number 2, evidences of sea floor spreading. आप बताओ क्या क्या evidences हैं that tell us the continents are moving, oceans are moving? Yes. One is the increasing age of the rocks away from the more. और बताओ, what other evidence? Presence of more. ठीक है, इसी से बन जाएगा आपका. इसको लिंक करना पड़ेगा more पे whatever is happening. Why is the age increasing away? the more में eruption हो रहा है, it's moving away. That's how it is increasing. What else? Gravitation anomaly. मैंने किसमें पढ़ाया था? sea floor spreading पढ़ाया था. ये क्वेश्चन यही प्रॉब्लम है. I am asking, give me evidences related to sea floor spreading that tell us the oceans are moving. Archipelagos बनता है sea floor spreading की वजह से. बताओ. Yes, the presence of trenches and the accretionary prism and the Benioff zone that tells us the oceans are moving. Correct? एक मिनट सुनो. See the difference क्या हो रहा है? Guys, listen. I'm not asking you what are the evidences of sea floor spreading. अब मैं पूछ रहा हूँ कि ये. What am I asking you? How does sea floor spreading tell us that the oceans and continents are moving? मुझे वो बताओ. Don't give me an entire list of evidence of sea floor spreading. It's like, don't tell us the evidences of India's culture is old. मुझे वो नहीं चाहिए. Give me evidences of how our old cultures are able to solve our present day problems. मुझे वो बताओ. Is it okay? I do not want evidences of sea floor spreading. I want evidences of sea floor spreading that support the idea that oceans and continents are moving. कैसे hotspot बताओ? How hotspot? And why hotspot? वो तो plate movement हो गया ना. Sea floor spreading कैसे linked है? Do we have sea floor spreading in entire Indian Ocean? Again, ये दो problem है. I am not looking for all evidences of plate movement. I am looking for only sea floor, गलत हर्ष, over Morse. ठीक है, वो इसी में आ गया यार. More activity. But more activity, is that an evidence of they are moving? Did we have earthquake in Koyana? Did we have earthquake in Jabalpur? Did we have earthquake in Latur? But it is telling me that they are moving. समझ में आ रहा है यहाँ पर? Did we have earthquakes in Uttarakhand? Was it because it is moving or because of human construction? I do not want evidences of activity. I want evidences of the plates are moving related to sea floor spreading. वो तो पहले बता दिया मैंने रिवर्स पोलैरिटी. खत्म हो गया कहानी. पहला पॉइंट था क्या एक्सियल रिफ्ट वैली बिना मूवमेंट के हो सकता है? Can I have a rift valley without the oceans and continents moving? Yes or no? Yes, I can have. I can have local activity. The whole thing is cracked up. But that is not marginal sea in case of sea floor spreading. Alps mountains. और बताओ चलो ये पूरा थ्योरी मुझे सिखा दो. Let's see. This is the example of आप बिल्कुल सोच नहीं रहे हो. Okay. The question is not about what are the evidences of sea floor spreading. The question is not about what are the evidences of crustal dynamics in general. It's about tell us how does sea floor spreading prove that oceans and continents have been moving. मुझे वो बताओ. Subduction हो गया. Trenches, the prism, scraping, Benioff zone, accepted. एक और छूट रहा है आप लोगों से. The presence of transform faults. The transform faults are because of differential rates of spreading. Because the oceans are moving and the rate of movement is not same. That's how they have transform faults. The modes are not continuous. They are spliced by transverse faults. ये था evidence आपका. Did you all get it, all of you? दोबारा question पढ़ो आप, all of you. Question number 2A. Evidences of paleomagnetism and sea floor spreading have validated that continents, oceans have never been stationary. I do not want evidences of paleomagnetism in general. नहीं चाहिए evidence of sea floor spreading. I don't even want all evidences of the continents are moving. Evidences the continents moving will include the fossil evidence, will include the structure of the rocks and their across the oceans. यहाँ बताओ how these two, how paleomagnetism and sea floor spreading, these both prove that the continents and oceans have been moving. यही आपका 4-5 बनता है. For paleomagnetism, the magnetic anomalies is one. Second is bands of reverse polarity rocks on either side of the Morse. And second, sea floor spreading के case में, the increasing age away from the Morse at the margins of trenches, whatever we have, that shows that they are moving. That's why they are scraping and Benioff zone. And the third is the transform faults across the Morse. बस यही 5 आपके evidence. I'll do one more question. Simple question, we can do this. Define peneplains. Describe the landscape features associated with peneplains under different geomorphic cycles. So you define peneplain first. Peneplain, a flat surface, extensive surface, convex or concave in profile, at or near the base level, with resistant rocks like monadonox. Don't start with Davisian model. सीधा लिखो what are peneplains. What are peneplains includes what are the types of peneplains. Uplifted peneplain. So I'll give you the page number for that. Page number 326 in geomorphology. Page 326, geomorphology, 26 and 327. 27 has the features of peneplains, and then 328 has the types of peneplains. Short. Zyada nahi likhna hai. What is a uplifted peneplain? What is a regional peneplain? What is a resurrected peneplain? So what are peneplains? What are types of peneplains? ये अपने आप आपका बन जाएगा approximately 3/4 of a page with a diagram. Then the significance, what was that one? Features associated with peneplains under different geomorphic cycles. So number one is the features of peneplain under normal cycle. 4 features of normal cycle ka peneplain. They'll be almost flat, convex or concave, with meandering rivers, with oxbow lakes, with monadnocks. The features of a normal cycle peneplain: flat, convex or concave, meandering rivers with oxbow lakes. Okay? With oxbow lakes and monadnocks. And monadnocks will have gentle slopes, they'll have concave slopes or open slopes, whatever. They are not steep slopes. Then the peneplains of second cycle of erosion, they will have incised meanders, they will have nick point waterfalls. Remember the topographies of discordance ki baat ho rahi thi? Incised meanders, pad terraces, entrenched terraces, valley within valley. Yes, go on there. The features of second cycle of erosion peneplain. Third, peneplains of arid cycle of erosion. Now, this I haven't taught you, but for now you must know something called as pediment formation, the Bahada formation, and a playa lake. Okay, pediment, Bahada, and playa lake. This is part of arid cycle of erosion. Okay, then the peneplains of fluvio-glacial cycles. They'll have unique glaciation landforms honge usme, like eskers, drumlins, kettle lakes. Then we have special peneplains of karst cycle. They will have what's called as hums, H-U-M-S, hums, and small surface streams, and collapsed caverns or collapsed caves. This I'll teach when I start off your enrichment. But then if you are curious about this, page number 446. Okay, page 446, old stage, the roofs have collapsed, hums, and they represent or resemble something like a peneplain of a normal cycle. ये karst topography का flat surface है. Then page number 475, arid cycle का old stage. So there are desert peneplains with residual hills, equivalent of monadnocks in fluvial origin peneplains. But these are best explained by Pink's model, but this also look like a flat peneplain, old stage. That's about arid cycle. Then we have, this is page number 489. So we have the old stage of a glacial cycle, which has moraines, debris, ground till, recession of glaciers. They'll have some drumlins or fluvio-glacial plains. Okay, the old stage of fluvio-glacial cycles. So ये 4-5 cycles है, मुझे पढ़ाना है आपको. And we'll do that very fast. A karst cycle, a glacial cycle, the periglacial cycle, the arid cycle, and so on. They already have asked periglacial cycle and they have asked arid cycle. Okay, and I'm anticipating this year they might ask you coastal cycle of erosion. Take all of you.